after the epic battle against Bahamut, who was sealed in stasis. The story jumps forward 2,000 years to the present era of overall peace. The disgraced knight Kaisar Lidfard chases Leone Favaro the bounty hunter across the rooftops of Whiteair, but cannot catch him. Outside town, a mysterious woman appears from the sky, asking how to get to Helheim. Meanwhile, Favaro tracks down and kills Garth, a demon-summoning criminal, collects his bounty from Bacchus and Hansa, and celebrates at the local town's tavern. The mysterious woman overhears Favaro boasting about knowing a shortcut to Helheim and asks for his help to get there. He demands a kiss for the information, but Garth's older brother appears and summons a gigantic demon. Favaro is saved by the mysterious woman, who transforms to reveal demonic powers. She easily overwhelms the huge demon while Favaro takes out Ghost. Favaro is hit by falling debris and passes out as the demon woman appears to kiss him. Favaro has a vision that he is in the demon world and then awakens at an inn where he is suddenly declared a demon as he now has a tail. Favaro tries to cut off his tail with no success. The mysterious woman declares she placed a spell on Favaro which she will only remove after he reveals the shortcut to Helheim. Because Favaro lied, he promises to show her the way, and they leave town after stealing Kaisar's horse. Later, the Knights of Jeanne d'Arc led by Lavely appear, searching for a demon and the God Key. Kaisar assumes the demon is Favaro and declares he will capture it, but he is quickly dismissed as a lowly bounty hunter instead of being respected as a knight. Favaro travels with the demon woman, whose name is Amira, collecting another bounty on the way as she learns about human culture while they are still followed by Kaisar. They arrive in Livian and the knights appear, looking for a female demon with one wing. Favaro seizes the chance to betray Amira in the hope that killing her will release her spell on him. However, he is led by the horse to rescue Amira, and the knights chase them onto a bridge. Lavely hesitates to attack when he sees Amira has a ruby jewel like the one he has, and the two fugitives jump into the river below. Amira then asks Favaro if he is a liar, but he avoids answering. Bounties are then placed on their heads. With the God Key taken from sacred ground, the boundaries between Godkind and Demonkind has begun to crumble. Favaro and Amira continue their way toward Helheim, but detour for a bounty to earn more funds for their journey. Meanwhile, Kaisar becomes lost in a forest, but is found by a girl called Rita and taken to Nebelville. Amira tells Favaro about the incident when she stole the God Key by absorbing its soul into herself. The punishment resulted in her losing one of her wings, leaving her flightless. Kaisar's rescuers implore him to help in dispatching monsters plaguing the town. Kaisar warms to the doctor's daughter, Rita, recalling his upbringing as a knight and the disaster that befell his family. Upon confronting the monsters, it is revealed that they are Favaro and Amira, and Kaisar was duped by an illusion. The village really is rundown and inhabited by zombies commanded by Rita, who is really a necromancer. She has controlled the town for the past 200 years, but is bitten by her zombie parents, and Favaro and Amira collect the bounty on the demon inhabiting her book. Kaisar is unwilling to decapitate Rita as she is still alive, and then she follows him. Amira and Favaro arrive in Usmanport, where he finds the ship Celophails. It is captained by Ammon, who turns out to be an old acquaintance of Favaro and his father Barassa, who was a bandit chief. Meanwhile, Kaisar continues his pursuit of Favaro, with Rita tagging along on the ship Dagania. Kaisar tells Rita that he and Favaro were childhood friends, but Favaro's father used information to sabotage Kaisar's father's mission, causing the release of a demon which led to their destruction and the downfall of the Lidfard family. Suddenly, the Dagania crew attack Kaisar and Rita, but are no match for the knight and the zombie necromancer. At the same time, a giant crab, the shipwrecker, appears and wreaks havoc on the Celophails, but Amira changes to her demon form and defeats it. Ammon reveals to Favaro that he had a pact with a demon and planned the downfall of both Kaisar and Favaro's fathers. The Dagania then crashes into the Celophails, unleashing Rita's zombie pirates on Ammon's henchmen, and Ammon is eaten by the shipwrecker. As Kaisar confronts Favaro, a giant tentacle descends from the sky, capturing Amira and Kaisar, who attempts to protect her, leaving Favaro and Rita behind. In the Holy Land of Abodes, Heaven's forces try to maintain the barrier around Bahamut as it begins to crumble. Far below, Favaro and Rita chase the demons who captured Amira and Kaisar, although Favaro would rather leave them. In the demon Azazel's floating fortress, Amira is tortured for information about the God's Key while Kaisar watches on helplessly. Rita and Favaro borrow the god Bacchus' flying carriage after Favaro proves his commitment by breaking his bounty hunter's band, making him an ordinary outlaw. The two then manage to break into the fortress but become separated when Azazel goads Kaisar into fighting Favaro, although Rita quickly breaks up the fight. Outside, Jean D'Arc's knights charge the demon fortress, causing a diversion which allows Favaro, Rita and Kaisar to rescue Amira, only to end up before Azazel. Favaro realizes Azazel is the demon responsible for his father's death. When Azazel attacks Amira, a mysterious force within her sends him tumbling below, although he now realizes who is behind Amira's quest. In the demon capital of Cocytus, Azazel seeks an audience with the demon clan's leader Lord Lucifer, but is sent away instead to capture the god key. Favaro and the rest of his group are captured by knights and taken before the king in Anati when 3 angels appear. They confirm that Amira is half angel and half demon and proclaim Amira, Favaro, Kaisar and Rita and must be kept safe to foil the demons who are trying to revive Bahamut. They are permitted freedom within the capital but cannot leave, although Amira insists Favaro take her to Helheim as he promised, but he refuses. The Angel clan schemes to use Amira to their advantage as her emotional state is tied to the god key for which she is now the vessel. Amira is lured from her room by a cloaked figure who possesses the same pendant as her, leaving her to wonder about his true identity. Favaro encounters Jean, who explains Bahamut's original sealing, and the legendary knight, a saint, who will be the one to seal Bahamut again. At the same time, Azazel prepares his attack on the city. Azazel's demon legion descends on the city to claim the god key while the humans go on the defense. But the king's forces fight a losing battle against the demons. A happy Amira appears before Favaro, claiming she just met her father. She then happily gorges herself inside the kitchen while Favaro, Kaisar and Rita attempt to solicit information about her father from her. Azazel infiltrates the castle, leaving carnage behind as he seeks Amira, who has now passed out. He taunts Kaisar about his father's death, admitting his involvement, but Favaro takes the blame and challenges Azazel, buying time for Kaisar to hide Amira and the god key. Eventually, Kaisar returns to aid Favaro, and Azazel reveals he is actually the killer of both their fathers. Kaisar recklessly charges Azazel to buy time for Jean, who charges up her sacred spear Maltet and delivers a decisive blow to the distracted Azazel. With Azazel defeated, the tide of battle changes and the humans regain control. Favaro saves Kaisar from falling to his death, but when Rita goes back to collect Amira, she finds her missing. Amira sees the statue of Bahamut, triggering a vision of the beast being freed. Meanwhile, the angels decide that Jean is worthy of becoming a holy knight to defeat Bahamut if he awakes. Amira tells the others how she was given her necklace by an unknown figure, promising to fulfill her dream in Helheim. The king summons the group and Amira identifies Jean D'Arc's Lieutenant Lavely as her father. The king then knights Favaro and Kaisar, who is ecstatic to have his honor restored, while the angels grant Jean another holy weapon, the sword Perseus. The injured Azazel confronts Beelzebub about scheming behind Lucifer's back, but Beelzebub incinerates Azazel, revealing that he's planning Judgment Day. The jealous king is tricked into thinking Jean is plotting his death after she is favored by the gods over him. That night, Favaro and Rita take Amira to see her father, Lavely. He reveals that Amira is half angel and half demon, that her mother is the angel Nicole and he is not her real father, but her human bodyguard. The demons kidnapped Amira when she was a baby and accelerated her growth, making her an adult in only 5 years. Amira was then duped into stealing the god key and told her mother was in Helheim, but he uses the twin pendants reveal Nicole's true location in Perdicia, the Valley of the Demons. Amira and Favaro leave the city and secretly task Kaisar to aid them. Meanwhile, Jean is framed by an unknown demon for attempting to murder the king, including slaughtering his guards and the officer Gorin. The angels continue their struggle to maintain the seal on Bahamut as it grows increasingly unstable. Kaisar finds Amira and Favaro in a forest where they are transported to an alternate space. Favaro frees an imprisoned dragon by removing a poisonous barb of Bahamut, and the dragon reveals that when Amira's key meets the seal, Bahamut will release and the world will be destroyed. Meanwhile, Beelzebub causes the gods and demons to mass their forces to crush each other. Seeing Amira's distress at her destiny, Favaro resolves to change her fate. Meanwhile, the king orders the death of Jean by burning at the stake while beneath the castle Rita investigates the cause of madness and trickery. The trio arrive in Perdicia, but Favaro is troubled because the dragon told him that the only way to prevent the god key fusing with Bahamut is to kill Amira. Rita escapes from the cloaked demon in the castle while the king proceeds to burn Jean D'Arc at the stake before a crowd of citizens who proclaim her innocence. As Jean burns, she is abandoned by her patron angel. She accepts the offer of the cloaked demon and is converted from a saint into a witch and escapes as a demon. Meanwhile, as the trio continue their journey to find Amira's mother, They are intercepted by the cloaked demon, revealed as Amira's mentor Martinet, who tells them they are really in Helheim, not Prudesia. Rita seeks out Bacchus and inquires about the cloaked demon. Then they encounter the severely injured Azazel, who later agrees to help Rita if she takes him to Abos. The demon lord Beelzebub appears before the trio, capturing Kaisar and Favaro, and telling Amira to fulfill her purpose before he shows her mother, Nishol. Martinet reveals he created Amira from Nicole as a tool to release Bahamut, and all Amira's memories are fabricated. Amira's compromised emotional state causes the key seal to unlock, falling into the demon's hands as the completed transcendent key. Favaro then pretends to join the demons, but Martinet sees through the ploy and forcibly turns Favaro into a demon. Beelzebub and Martinet prepare Amira for transportation and blast Kaisar, who falls into the depths below. The Angel clan attempt to maintain the seal on Bahamut while sensing the presence of the transcendent key. Meanwhile, Azazel tells Rita and Bacchus that Beelzebub and Martinet are behind Amira's actions. While protecting the seal, the angels are attacked by the demon Jean, who slays Raphael and Uriel before going after Michael. Kaisar is saved by Bacchus in his flying carriage, who is then attacked by Jean. While Bacchus fights Jean, Rita attempts to administer the last of the antidotes to Jean but fails, only for Michael to successfully give it to Jean, sealed with a kiss after she impales him. Jean is freed, turning back into a saint while Michael's physical form disappears. As Beelzebub prepares to destroy the angels protecting Bahamut's barrier, Azazel attacks him seeking revenge. Kaisar duels with the demonic Favaro and shoots him in the chest. Amira emerges from the transcendent key's orb, now with angel's wings. With the barrier fallen, Bahamut begins to absorb Amira while everyone looks on helplessly. As Kaisar watches in disbelief, Lavely shoves him over the edge of the flying fortress before celebrating as Bahamut awakens. Beelzebub rejoices in Bahamut's awakening, but Bahamut responds by destroying Beelzebub and then proceeding to blast everything in sight: gods, demons, and humans. Rita saves the falling Kaisar and reveals that Lavely is really Gilles de Rise, a sorcerer with a bounty, and the one behind Bahamut's revival. Kaisar attempts to attack Lavely and finds that he is Martinet as well. Elsewhere, Azazel finishes off Beelzebub, extracting his revenge. Favaro begins combat Kaisar, but Favaro appears to gain the upper hand and cuts off Kaisar's forearm with the bounty arm and attached. Kaisar quickly recites the incantation, turning Lavely into a bounty tablet. Rita tends to Kaisar's wounds while Favaro reveals that the fight was an act and that Kaisar shot him with an arrow containing the antidote, turning him back to normal. Favaro declares that he must kill Amira to stop the beast, and Kaisar decides to join him, but still hoping to save her life. The demons and angels work together to contain the beast, allowing Favaro and Kaisar to approach it on Hamsa's back. With tears in his eyes, Favaro stabs Bahamut with the claw he pulled from the dragon earlier. Amira then appears before him and they reconcile before she kisses Favaro and disappears back inside Bahamut, causing the beast to explode. Hamsa saves Kaisar, but Favaro is caught in the blast, which destroys part of his leg. Half a year later, in the royal capital, Kaisar has a mechanical hand created by Rita and commands the soldiers as a lieutenant with his knighthood intact. Favaro is alive with a mechanical right leg and is back to bounty hunting, though he cautions that Bahamut is not gone forever and may return someday. Kaisar suddenly joins him, forsaking his military duties, and the two ride off together. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like and tell me what anime I should do next in the comments. If you want to see more of these videos, hit the subscribe button and turn the bell notification icon.